The AEW No Mercy mod is one of my favourite things to make videos about on this channel. First of all, I'm a huge fan of All Elite Wrestling, and this gives me the chance to play as some of my favourite wrestlers in a video game while we're still waiting for Fight Forever to release. And what makes this even better is this isn't just any old wrestling game, this is WWF No Mercy, one of the greatest wrestling games ever made. Last time I recorded a roster showcase for this mod, it went on to become my most viewed YouTube video of all time, which tells me that you guys absolutely love seeing this as well. But the roster has changed quite a bit then, so I thought we'd revisit that today and take a look at the updated roster. Alright, so here we are in the main menu, and I'm going to go in exhibition and boot up a match so that we can take a look then at the roster going to non-title match. So first up then we have Mr. Brody Lee of the Dark Order there in his Dark Order attire. If I scroll through, he's got a couple of different ones, so that's a little different. Then we have him, this is almost more of like a Luke Harper look with jeans and a tank top. And the next one especially, this is, I'm pretty sure, like a Luke Harper look there, so that's pretty cool. He's got a cool pose there as well, cool taunt. Next up then we've got Evil Uno. By the way, each of the characters, well, most of the characters have 4 different attires, so I'll scroll through and try and show off all of these. So there we have him, a bit more of a full black attire then. I was thinking, what's he doing then with that taunt? And we have him with a bit of a green trim, and there we have it again. Was that the same as the second one? No, he's got a bit of purple there. Okay, that one's full black. Okay, so there we go, the 4 faces of Evil Uno. And we've got Alex Reynolds, so we have him in some well, the Dark Order colors, white and purple. We have him slightly different attire there. By the way, like, it does look really lifelike. Like, you can kind of tell that's Alex Reynolds. Oh, I don't know what's happened here. That's kind of glitched out a little, is it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this one is. He's kind of got half of a mask and half of a bandana. I think this one may have glitched, so let's just pretend that that didn't happen. Next up, we have Colt Cabana. At this point, when the roster was made, Colt Cabana was still in the Dark... Where's he going? Where's he going? He's walking off the screen. Colt Cabana was still in the Dark Order then, so he's got a couple of different attires. There's a red one, a green one, and blue and black one. And we've got Preston Vance. So Preston Vance, by the way, still with the Dark Order at this point. So there we have him with a black mask. We got him, I think this is probably the mask you'd be most familiar with him. Preston Vance in the white mask with white trousers. This one he's gone half and half, white and purple. Looks pretty cool actually. This one, I think this mask where it says the 10 on his eyes, I think that one's really cool as well. That was what he was wearing right towards the end when he left the Dark Order. And then finally we have Johnny Hungy. We've got John Silver here, look at him. Got a couple of different attires too there as well. So there we go, the Dark Order. Move on to the Jericho Appreciation Society here. I don't know why it says the YAS rather than JAS. But anyway, first of all, we got here Chris Jericho, the man himself. We got a couple of different attires for him as well. Then there we've got him in well, the Rock, he's borrowed the Rock's trunks apparently, but we got him in some trunks. And is that the same one again? It's slightly different. So yeah, Chris Jericho. We've got Daniel Garcia, so let's scroll through his attires. There's a blue one there, there's a kind of grey one, and that one's kind of similar actually. Next up then we've got Daddy Magic Matt Menard, and again he's got a couple of different attires there. Nice blue one, yeah, looking good there. We've also got Cool Hand Angelo Parker, so let's just go through his attires pretty quickly. In fact, they're the exact same ones as Matt Menard. Yeah, same ones there. Next up we've got Jake Hager, and he's also got a couple of different attires, but my one disappointment here, the one thing I would suggest, I think this kind of came after this mod was made, I would like Jake Hager with a hat. Okay, he needs the hat. There we've got him in street clothes there. He kind of looks like he's about to go to his office job or to class or something. I don't know what that one is. Yeah, Jake Hager. And then finally then we have got Sammy Guevara. Just scroll through him. I think he's got a couple of different attires to pick from him. Yep, so there we have it, the Jericho Appreciation Society. Next faction then we have the Pinnacle, and here we have the current AEW World Champion, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. We have him in pink, we have him in red, we have him in blue, and also have him in green. Okay, so next up then, we've got Sean Spears, the chairman. He's got a blue attire, a black attire, and we've got him in some longer trunks, again, but just slightly different design. Then we got the FTR boys, so we've got Cash Wheeler. We got a couple of different attires for him. I imagine the ones for Dax will mirror exactly what Cash has got here. So we got Cash, and then Dax Harwood. You scroll through him, yep, I think he's got the exact same ones. You will see that a lot with anyone who's in a tag team. So we got the FTR boys. Then moving on to one of the biggest factions in the game, we got the Elite, and we're starting with Kenny Omega. So there we got him in a kind of dark green and white number. We have him kind of a multi-colored, lots of different colors going on here. Then we have this kind of like pink and white, and that's kind of like a cool looking one I quite like. And we got a white and black one then, so 4 different attires for Kenny Omega to pick from. It's gonna be the same with the Young Bucks as well. There's gonna be 4 different attires. So first off, Matt Jackson, go through his. Yeah, we got 4 for Matt, and then I'm pretty sure it's going to be the 4 for Nick. Nick still got the blonde hair at this point. Yeah, he's got the same ones then. And we've got Kyle O'Reilly, so he's got again 4 different attires. Everyone has 4 different attires, or most people do anyway, so he's got a couple of different ones to pick from. We've got Bobby Fish, so he's got some red trunks. He's got some, what color is that even? That's like a green grayish. Guys, let me know in the comments, is that green or is that gray? I can't quite tell. Got some black and red, and finally some black and gold. Shout out to his old NXT days. And we've got Adam Cole, baby. So he's got, I thought he was going to do the baby then with the taunt. So he's got some, yeah, a couple of different ones to pick from here. This one kind of actually does really look like his Undisputed Era gear. Yeah, a few different ones for him to pick from. We also got Doc Gallows. This was back when they had the Undisputed Elite, and like Gallows and Anderson were there as well. So we're talking, what was that? Probably like 6 months ago at this point. So again, Gallows has a couple of different attires to pick from. He looks like he looks like Bubba Ray Dudley there, minus the face. Okay, so we also have Carl Anderson, and I feel like actually his are kind of different. He's actually got some short ones as well. Carl Anderson. Finally, Jay White. I would say finally, actually, there's more on the next page. So we've got Jay White. Again, a couple of different attires to pick from. Then he's got a nice, this is my favorite one actually, the nice white number. Yeah, Jay White, 4 attires to pick from. Then the Elite are so big, they have a second page, and we have Michael oh my god, what's he doing? Michael Nakazawa there, just flashing us. We have him in a white attire, red and black, but I think the yellow is the one I'm most used to seeing him in. We got Brandon Cutler, complete with full face mask here in his red tracksuit. We've got him in a nice pink tracksuit, also with face mask, still with the face mask, and he's in a blue one and face mask, and he's in it's a pretty jazzy number, you know, a black and white sort of, I don't even know what that is. It looks like pajamas. Next faction up then, and we've got the Factory starting with Cutie Marshall, and again he's got a couple of different attires to pick from. Then they're all kind of similar, nothing groundbreaking there, just the same thing, different colors. Nick Camarado, so he looks pretty cool actually. That's a pretty good model, I'd say. Again, different attires to pick from. Aaron Solo, and kind of like the face does kind of look like him a lot, so they've designed that pretty well. A couple of different attires there, nice blue one and a red one. Anthony Ogogo, I've not seen Anthony Ogogo in AEW for a little while actually. I'm not sure if he's still with the company. Again, let me know in the comments if you do know. So we got him in black, in blue, we got him in red, and we got him in green as well. Alright, next faction here we have the House of Black, starting with the leader of the House of Black, Malachi Black. So we got a couple of, you get to see all his tattoos there, a couple of different attires for him there. The one thing I would like to see here maybe is like if he was wearing, you see in the photo there, he's wearing like a shirt. I think if there was one of him like, you know, dressed up in black like he does, I think that would be kind of cool. But yeah, again, it's a good looking character there, Brody King, and this is really good actually. This, I'm looking at the face, like, Oh, I wasn't expecting him to do a flip there. But looking at that face there with a photo next to it, you can see it does look kind of similar, you know, and like tattoos everywhere. It is very, very lifelike. So do you have different attires? Yeah, slightly different design there. You'll see this with a lot of them. They all have the same gear, but with like slightly different. Why does he keep doing that? He's pretty agile. But yeah, they got the same gear, but like slightly different colors each time. All right, let's go on Buddy Matthews then, rounding off the House of Black. So he's got kind of his, the shorts he wears that are kind of cut off. Nice white ones as well. Some black and red ones too. Moving on then, we have the Death Triangle, starting with Penta El Zero Miedo. So a nice black and yellow looking one there. Same again, but this one is black and red. And then we got a black one. That one looks pretty cool, actually. I think that one, yeah, that one looks cool. But that one's also really cool. He's got some really cool attires here, actually. Penta El Zero Miedo. I wonder what Phoenix looks like then. Let's take a look. So Phoenix, kind of looking a bit like Prince Puma there. Black and yellow kind of attire. Looks pretty cool, actually. We got the black and red, which I think we'll be more used to seeing him in. Kind of more used to seeing him in red more than any color. Another one. So I guess that kind of matches. Third one for Penta. And finally, we got a nice blue and black one. And final member of the Death Triangle then, we have the Bastard Pack. So there we have him. That's probably the look you're most familiar with him, with the black trunks. We also have him in red, green and white, and then a kind of like grey as well. So Pack, yeah, not a lot to look at with the attires there. Next up then, we are at Team Taz, starting with Ricky Starks. Take a look through his attires. Then again, yeah, it's going to be a lot of the same attire, 4 times, just slightly different colors. We have Powerhouse Hobbs, or Will Hobbs as he's called here. I guess that was his name while he was still in Team Taz. Have him in the orange outfits. We have him in a kind of black and yellow, kind of like a Harlem Heat looking kind of singlet there. And we have him in another black and orange one. That one reminds me quite a bit of Taz from back in the day. And there we have blue trunks there. Powerhouse Hobbs. Then Send Hook. We have Hook here. We have 4 different attires for Hook. I quite like the orange ones. That one looks pretty cool as well, actually. Finally, yeah, Send Hook. Alright, let's move on to the next page. And one of my favorite characters in this mod, in fact, one of my favorite AEW wrestlers, Orange Cassidy. So that's a really good looking one, actually. Really kind of lifelike looking. Next one then, this is probably my favorite attire of his to use, would be ripped jeans and the sunnies. Then we also have him some slightly more faded jeans and the sunnies. And then, of course, the look he's known for, the look he made famous, the double denim, and of course, he's wearing the sunnies. Next up, we have Chucky T. Again, the sort of singlet trouser combination that he has. A couple of different colors there, nothing too too crazy there, but just a couple of different colors there to pick from. I think this is probably the one that is most similar to what he does wear. Trent. So again, I think he's got pretty... Actually, no, I was going to say I think he's got pretty standard, but his attires all do look quite a bit different from each other. So we've got Trent. Moving on then, we go to the Andrade family office. So we have Andrade in full white. We have him in some shorts. We have him then slightly different tights and in full white again. Is that the same as the first one? No, he doesn't. Okay, so these ones are more like white jeans, and then this is just like completely white. Okay, next up then, speaking of white, we have El Toro Blanco Roosh. Again, Roosh, I think it's the same attire but just different colors 4 times. Yep. Isaiah Cassidy in a nice black and orange number here. Red and black, full black and black with a bit of yellow trim on it then. So I wonder if Mark Quinn has the same. Oh, he actually has a completely different one. So he's got like a big orange number, red and white, full white. That's a really, I don't think I've ever seen him wear this one before. And orange there. So yeah, actually that's kind of weird because the 2 tag partners actually don't really have a gear that matches at all. The Butcher, look at that, the Butcher. So we've got him. Couple of different looks for the Butcher actually, because yeah, a few different attire choices to pick from him. Which one's my favorite? I kind of like, I don't know actually, this one I think looks more menacing. Yeah, a few different Butchers to pick from. Same with the Blade then. I imagine he's got hair there. Is that meant to be? The Blade has got hair. Oh, I suppose he did grow his hair out a little bit. So we got him in white, we got him in a kind of dark green. And yeah, we've got him in some shorts then. And then final member then we have Angelico. So we have him then in black and yellow. We got him in black and green. Well, I think that's the same. It's just not a singlet. It's like trousers only. And yeah, so a couple of different ones for me. I feel like this one's probably my favorite. It's kind of the most similar to the TH2 gear he used to wear. I do think, I will say this now, I do think we need to see more of this guy on AEW. I don't think we see enough of him, being honest. Like, I can't remember the last time I saw him on like Dynamite or something. I move on then to, I think, what is one of my favorite factions in AEW, the Blackpool Combat Club. So we've got Bryan Danielson, a couple of different attires for him. I think he's wearing, yeah, he wears those trunks. They're just different color each time. He's also got the boots there, those match. Yeah, that's a good looking one. Looks like him in the face, I think. Jon Moxley, which is weird. His default attire is this gear, which I think I have seen him wear before, but I don't think he wears that often. I would have expected maybe this one here to be his default, because he does normally, most of the time I'd say, he normally wears longer tights like that. Also have him then in some jeans. Yeah, I often see him in this as well, because he's always ready for a street fight, always just like bleeding everywhere. Finally then, yeah, just a different color. Then we have Wheeler Yuta, and he's got a couple of different ones to pick from as well. There's a cycle through these quickly. Oh wow, this one actually looks really cool. Yeah, Wheeler Yuta, 4 attires there to pick from. And finally we have Claudio Castagnoli. So again, I imagine he's just gonna have, oh, actually no, he does have long tights and short tights. I much prefer Cesaro in short tights. Like, I think him in long trunks like that, I don't think suits him at all. Yeah, different color there, and all in black there. Next up, we've got the Gun Club, starting with Billy Gunn, and I'm not sure, is this just his old model from WWF No Mercy? Yeah, Billy Gunn, the only person from the original WWF No Mercy to make it into this mod. So, and that's where that taunt comes from as well, actually. So a couple of different attires for him. We've also got then Austin Gunn, the Gun Club. So I imagine him and Colton will have very similar attires. So I'll just whiz through these pretty quickly. Let's see what Colton has. Yeah, I think they're the same. Next up, we have the Wingmen, starting with Peter Avalon there. Peter Avalon has got a couple of different attires as well. JD Drake, and JD Drake, actually, I did look at him earlier. He does have a couple of different ones, so we'll go through there. So we have kind of like trousers and a tank top. Looks like he's about to go for a day in the office. Oh, he looks like the big boss man. Wait, where's he going? Where's he going? He looks like the big boss man, actually. Oh, he looks like, actually, is it Roadkill off of ECW? Anyway, yeah, we've got him. Then we have him in a singlet and jeans, and he looks like he's going to have a street fight there. The Hollywood Hunk, Ryan Nemeth. So we've got him in pink, got him in green, got him in blue, and we've got him in pink again. Cesar Bononi. So yeah, I think he has a couple of different attires as well. You scroll through these. The next section then are wrestlers that aren't affiliated with any faction as such. So we start off with Hangman Adam Page. So you scroll through his pretty quickly. Yeah, long trunks for each one, just slightly different designs. Next up, we got Samoa Joe, and this is actually a really good one, actually. I think this one does look a lot like Samoa Joe. It doesn't look like that photo. I don't know why sometimes the photo doesn't match the wrestler, but that's a good one. I like the black and green. This is probably my favorite. Like, when I think of Samoa Joe, this is the look I think of, with the red and black. We also got him in blue and black, and almost like a yellow and black. Next up then we have the Redeemer Miro. Scroll through, he's got a couple of different ones to pick from. And we have Eddie Kingston, and I think his are all pretty similar, just slightly different color. You see there, he's got yellow, he's got orange. This next one though is absolutely amazing. One of my favorite attires in the game. Look at that, we have him in the full green and white attire, the tribute attire. Look at that, that's absolutely awesome. The one he wore when he faced Moxley at the which pay-per-view was that? Was it like Full Gear or All Out or something? But the one where Kingston challenged Moxley for the title. Next then we have Wardlow, and yeah, I mean, it's a good looking one. It looks a lot like him. I think actually, does he only have one attire? Yeah. Oh no, it's the same again, same, just slightly different colors. Then we have This is going to divide some opinion. We have CM Punk. Now look at that. Look at his face there. Look how similar to CM Punk that looks. That's one of the reasons I really like playing these modded versions, because they can make the faces on these characters look so detailed compared to what it was when it first came out. So CM Punk got a couple of different attires to pick from here. I feel like, which one's my favorite? Yeah, probably that one, or that one maybe. Yeah, a few different attires from CM Punk. Next up then we have Darby Allin. So can't quite tell. Oh yeah, it is that. He wears like those short jeans with like tights underneath. Looks to be the same one again, is it? Slightly different colors on the legs. Yeah, again, slightly different colors on the legs. Very much the same attire. Actually there, he's wearing a full pair of jeans. So I don't think that one's accurate at all. It's Sting! So we got a couple of different Sting attires. We got Sting in his dressing gown. He's just going out to get the morning paper from his doorstep. I think, is that the same as the first one? Very similar. Yeah, I think that's the same one again. So maybe it's just two attires for Sting. But I think this one's pretty cool. And then we have Lance Archer then. So let me go through him quickly. He's got a couple of different ones, it looks like. Yeah. Onto the next page. We start with Limitless Keith Lee. So he has a few different to pick from. I think these blue ones look like this is a look that I'm very familiar with Keith Lee for, so that's probably my favorite attire for him. Brian Cage, I don't know why Brian Cage has a mohawk in all of these, because as far as I know, I may be mistaken, I don't think Brian Cage ever had a mohawk while in AEW. I know he has had a mohawk at some point, but anyway, moving on. Next up we have the natural Dustin Rhodes. So we've got the blue Dustin that he's been sporting recently. Oh, he's got like a blue body there. Then we have the red one as well, which was the first one he started using. And then yeah, he kind of looks a little bit like Kane there, kind of like half Kane. Next we have the premier athlete Tony Nese, and I bet his attires are going to be completely boring. Yeah, it's just the same one 4 times. We've got Jay Lethal, and again, that does actually look quite a lot like Jay Lethal. The modders of this game have done really well to get the faces of the characters in. We've got Swerve Strickland. So again, scrolling through his attires, a couple of different ones to pick from there. Then we have the Elite Hunter, Frankie Kazarian. Again, you can probably tell like this mod is a little bit, I don't know, it's not bad, I wouldn't say out of date, but like some of the people are no longer with the company now. We then also have Christopher Daniels. Again, someone who I'm not sure, is he still with the company, or I think he had a match recently actually, so maybe he is, or maybe he's back, I'm not sure. And then we have the instant classic, Christian Cage. So again, I think, yeah, all 4 of his very similar, slightly different colors. Alright, next set of wrestlers then, we have Kip Sabian starting us off. Super bad Kip Sabian. Sonny Kiss, who again is someone I haven't seen on AEW for quite some time. Yeah, different attires there. That one looks cool. Lee Johnson, who the game seems to think is Kurt Angle for some reason, but we have Lee Johnson there. Have him in red. Yeah, a couple of different ones to pick from there. We also have Matt Sydal. So again, nothing too crazy there. The alternate attires. And then we have very good, very evil, oh, very nice, very evil, I should say. We have Danhausen. So scroll through his attires. Hopefully there's a pretty wacky one in here. They're all kind of similar, I guess, but just the fact that it's Danhausen, I guess, is cool enough to have him in the game. Now, who is this next? Oh, Lee Moriarty, because it says Kenny Omega, but it's definitely not Kenny Omega. So Lee Moriarty, actually, that does look quite good, actually. Does he only have one attire? Oh, he does have a different attire there. And then, finally on this page, we have Fuego del Sol. Matched a couple of different attires there for him, with the yellow one. And we're onto a tag team section now. So we're starting off with the Jurassic Express are still together at this point with the mod. So we have Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I imagine all of his attires are going to be the same. Yep. Then we have Luchasaurus. So that's a kind of cool looking one. Again, nothing too dissimilar between each of those ones. Next up then we have, and this is really cool, we got Jeff Hardy. So this mod was like in the brief period where Jeff came to AEW and they had the Hardys, because that wasn't very long, but we do benefit from that then by getting this awesome looking Jeff Hardy model in the game. I bet he's got some cool attires as well. That one's kind of, I was gonna say it's kind of cool. It is a bit, is that like his Willow? That looks a bit unusual, I'd say. We also have, is he got the Cody Rhodes tattoo as his face paint there? What is that one all about? And then finally, we just have him without any face paint at all then. Of course, the big tattoo. Well, that's not exactly where he has a tattoo, but you know, it's No Mercy. What can you do? So yeah, we have him then without any face paint. And then let's take a look at Matt then. So we have Matt's big Rock fan apparently. Yeah, huge fan of the Rock, Matt Hardy. And a couple different ones to pick from there. So I think probably that one, the red trousers he wore where he first joined AEW. Dante Martin. Again, that looks so much like him. I cannot get over how lifelike some of these characters look. Yeah, different colors. Same with Darius, and I think Darius is going to have the exact same as Dante. Yeah, he looks like he does. And then we have Proud and Powerful, starting with Ortiz. We're in the overalls there. Yeah, same attire, different colors each time. That one looks, yeah, that one's probably my favorite one. And Santana, I'll say that doesn't look that much like Santana if I'm being honest. Yeah, a couple of different attires there for him. All right, next up we have Scorpio Sky, and again, Scorpio Sky's someone I haven't seen in AEW in absolutely ages. If anything, it sounds like he may be leaving, judging by some of the stuff I saw on Twitter recently, unless he returns soon. But yeah, do have Scorpio Sky in the game. Also have Ethan Page, who again, I'm just thinking is someone I haven't seen that much of on AEW lately. I've definitely seen more of Ethan Page than of Scorpio Sky. We have Bowens. Anthony Bowens is somebody who I do see on AEW TV like every single week. We got Anthony Bowens, Sesame Daddy-Ass, and he's got two different attires, it looks like. So I imagine Max Caster probably going to have the same. So in fact, that looks nothing like Max Caster. Looks more like The Rock. Oh, he does have, that's kind of like what the Acclaim have worn before. Brian Pillman Jr. here. So a few different attires altogether actually, because he's got short, long, and he's got a singlet. We've also got then Griff Garrison. Is that the same one 4 times? Slightly different, yeah. Griff Garrison. Representing the Chaos Project we have Dr. Luther. Whoa, that's... Is that glitched? No, okay, apparently that is his attire there. I don't think he's ever worn that. I think the game must have glitched out a little. I'm not sure what's going on here. We have Dr. Luther. And last one on this page then we have Serpentico, so a couple of different attires for him too. I quite like, probably this one's my favorite. We do have a page then for extra characters or alumni. So there is a referee slot and there's 4 different referees here. So starting with Rick Knox, then we have Bryce Remsburg, we have Paul Turner, and we have Aubrey Edwards, who I think is the only female in this game. Then we have Tall Paul himself, the Big Show, making his WWF No Mercy debut, actually. He wasn't in the original WWF No Mercy, replaced with Stevie Richards, which if anyone's ever seen Stevie Richards meme, that's where it comes from. Because in the career mode in No Mercy, where it's supposed to be Big Show, it's just randomly Stevie Richards for some reason in the main event of Wrestlemania 2000. But anyway, a couple of different attires there for Tall Paul to wear. And we do have the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. He doesn't have a neck tattoo. I suppose that is a limitation of No Mercy more than anything, but he does have a couple of different attires to pick from. Crossroads is also in this game as well. So Marco Stunt is in the game then from, he was in a previous version, I believe. So yeah, still in the legacy page then from there. Next we have Jack Evans. I think a lot of these ones actually are people who were just in the previous version of the mod who have just been moved over to this page since they're no longer with the company. Stu Grayson. And we have Joey Janela. Nothing too crazy going on there. I do think if they had him with the sunglasses, that would be cool. Alan Angels as well. Do we have him? Oh, we've got to have him with the hair, surely. Nah. And then there we are, we're back to the Dark Order again. So, that is the full AEW roster for the No Mercy mods. So let me know in the comments which one of those characters was your favorite, because I would absolutely love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Before we do go, be sure to smash the like button. If you've enjoyed this video, check out, I've got loads of videos of actually playing this, so I'll link a couple of them below as well. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll catch you again next time.